Back at the Bastard München locker room, the players return after their intense match. Isagi sits on the bench, deep in thought, reflecting on Kunigami's goal. He tells himself that next time, he wants it to be his goal. But his moment of peace is short-lived as Igarashi and Raichi start bickering nearby. Igarashi walks over to Isagi, congratulating him on his new salary and saying it's impressive. However, he admits that the club making the offer is what excites him most. He's been a huge fan of Berserk Dortmund for a long time. Isagi pauses to reflect on how their Blue Lock efforts have reached the global stage. He acknowledges that all of them are doing great, but the most incredible among them is Rin, whose value even surpasses his own. Gagamaru then brings everyone back to reality, reminding them there are only 3 games left. If someone doesn't play, they're done for. Corona agrees and adds that some of them might even need to consider playing in positions outside of their dreams. Despite that, Raichi insists he won't back down and is determined to remain a striker. He then laments that things might be easier if he were one of the favorites like Isagi. But Isagi quickly shuts him down, saying he never asked for that favor. Most of the other players support Isagi's rise, everyone except Yukimiya. Yukimiya refuses to accept Isagi's position. He confronts him, questioning how he can call himself a regular when he's just handing out assists instead of scoring. Isagi explains that he didn't want to assist, but it was the best move in that moment. He even challenges Yukimiya, asking if he wouldn't have done the same. But Yukimiya doubles down. He says passing doesn't feel good and insists he wouldn't have done it. Isagi tells him it's not about feelings, it's about what he could challenge in his own way. He has no regrets about that choice. Yukimiya argues that if that's how he felt, he should have lost on his own instead of dragging others into it. That angers Isagi, who stands up and demands to know if Yukimiya wants to fight him. He tells Yukimiya that he's blind to reality. Yukimiya's frustration boils over, and he fires back. He tells Isagi not to expect his righteousness to be accepted by everyone. As long as Isagi's ideals are out of reach, Yukimiya will fight against him, even if it kills him. Just as it seems like a fight is about to break out, Hiroi steps between them to stop it. Then, Kaiser walks in and offers Yukimiya a place by his side, telling him that if he truly despises Isagi, he should join him. He tells Yukimiya that he can help him tame the jealous demon inside. But Yukimiya isn't interested and turns down the offer. Before leaving, he tells everyone to make the right choice and not serve the wrong king. After Kaiser leaves, Hiroi calls him full of himself but adds that most of them are still with Isagi. However, the room falls silent. When Hiroi asks why, the others explain that they have to decide for themselves whether to support Isagi or align with Kaiser. We then transition into a flashback of Yukimiya's past. He's shopping when a photographer approaches him, asking if he's ever considered modeling. Yukimiya declines, explaining that he's training for the All Japan Soccer Championship. Determined to go pro, Yukimiya continues down the soccer path. But one day, while hanging out with friends, his vision begins to blur. A visit to the doctor reveals a diagnosis: tunnel vision and blind spots caused by optic neuropathy. It worsens with fatigue and can lead to complete blindness. The doctor tells him the disease's progression can't be stopped, only slowed. While Yukimiya can live a normal life, playing pro soccer is likely out of the question. Shattered, Yukimiya breaks down, asking why it had to happen to him. He just wanted to become the best in the world. The doctor, feeling his pain, vows to support him however he can on his journey. Yukimiya knows his time is limited, but he swears that before he loses his sight completely, he will become the best striker in the world. Back in the present, Yukimiya trains intensely. Exhaustion blurs his vision again. He recalls Isagi's words and admits they frustrate him. It may even be jealousy. He's done nothing in the Egoist League while Isagi keeps rising. But he knows that no matter how hard he works or how passionate he is, he has to prove himself in his own way. Even if it kills him, he'll fight for his ideals. Meanwhile, Isagi is also undergoing intense training. He reflects on their argument, acknowledging that Yukimiya was right. Though he got an assist, he wasn't able to score as a striker. He needs to find what he's missing. Playing alongside Noah showed him how far he is from reaching that level. But now he's decided, the one he needs to surpass is Kaiser. Isagi will study Kaiser, turn him into his weapon, and prove who can survive in this dog-eat-dog world. 10 days later, it's time for Bastard München to announce their starting lineup. Noah explains that the selection is based on performance in training and matches. Each player was chosen for the numbers they produced. He starts with the obvious, Kaiser as center forward. Next is Kunigami, who'll play the same position on the right. Then comes the offensive midfielder spot, which Isagi has claimed from Gessner. Grim takes the left side. Up top is Ness, with Ollie as the defensive midfielder. Corona is placed at right back, giving him a chance to link up with both Kunigami and Isagi. Corona looks to Isagi and says that as long as he's on the field, he'll support him. The center-backs are Mensah and Birkenstock. Left back goes to Yukimiya, setting up a tense dynamic between him and Isagi. For the final position, goalkeeper, Noah surprises everyone by naming Gagamaru. It might not be his dream position, but Gagamaru is just happy to be playing. Noah reveals that this team was built not just on numbers, but also to test how well two philosophies blend: Kaiser's efficient football and Blue Lock's chemical reaction-driven style. Kaiser immediately recognizes this as a challenge to him. Noah confirms it and warns him not to fail. The match between Bastard München and Manshine City begins. As the players walk onto the field, Isagi approaches Nagi and Ryo to congratulate them for making the starting team. Ryo brushes him off and walks over to Kunigami. He reflects on how both of them lost to Shido during the second selection and says it could have been either one of them to return. Before walking away, Ryo tells Kunigami he's glad he's back. Another familiar face appears, Chijiri. He tells Kunigami that he knows he's gone full edgelord, but deep down, he's still the same guy. As they leave, Chijiri says he'll be the one to wake him up. With that, the third match of the Neo Egoist League kicks off. Kaiser passes to Ness, and Isagi immediately begins analyzing their movements. Over the 10 days leading up to the match, he's run countless simulations on how to fight. His first concern is Kunigami, who won't play cooperatively and will likely try to score on his own. Then there's Kaiser, an unpredictable force. Still, Isagi recognizes Kaiser as the heart of this team, even calling him a superior version of himself. Ness and Kaiser continue their pass game, even involving Grim. As Isagi studies Kaiser, he knows that understanding and using him will be the key to evolving. When Grim passes to Kaiser, Isagi jumps in and steals the ball, but he doesn't expect Ryo to read him so easily. Ryo saw it coming from a mile away. When Isagi tries to win the ball back, Ryo uses his improved physique to overpower him. Ryo slips past him and faces another Bastard München player, but Ness steps in to defend. It's no use. Ryo pulls off a brutal nutmeg, the same one he used in the u-20 match. Now in full chameleon striker mode, Ryo powers forward, cutting through defenders. Isagi realizes that Ryo has improved in every aspect and is now using Nagi as a decoy to get closer to the goal himself. Ryo shouts that he won't rely on Nagi anymore and will become the best striker in the world. He fires a powerful shot, a copy of Rin's, but Gagamaru has studied that move and just barely manages to block it, declaring that Ryo is still just a copy.
Better ways, better days, I can't escape, trap and face, I miss you.